What's up, everybody? It is Super Span here, back at it again with another exclusive Bulls video. I haven't really made a Bulls only video in at least a few weeks. My last couple of videos was with Julian doing our podcast. I'm not sure yet if I want to make this a both video and podcast type of thing, just the videos with myself only. Probably in due time. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see something like that. But we're going to get right into it. The first thing, and honestly most depressing thing that I want to talk about is, well, quite obvious, but the fact that Lonzo Ball is reportedly likely done with basketball due to his injuries. That just obviously sucks. You know, I'm trying not to sound like a broken record. I'm trying not to say the same thing in each and every video, but there has been more and more people within the Bulls organization not publicly saying that they believe he's done, but there's been reporters, beat writers that have come out and say that they believe that these injuries are likely career threatening, most likely. And as a big fan of Lonzo, it hurts. It sucks. First and foremost, as a Bulls fan, same thing, you know, because when he was playing for us, the 40-something odd games that he was playing for us, he was phenomenal. He showed tremendous growth in his three-point shooting, and he still had that great playmaking, great just knowledge of the game, defense, rebounding, all of that. It sucks, you know. You never want to see that for any player. So it's incredibly depressing. I'm sorry that I keep mentioning that, but with the recent news that there are actual people within the Bulls organization or around the Bulls organization saying that he's likely done, oh my god, that sucks. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the recent rumors that came out that the Bulls and Nikola Vucevic are working on a contract extension. I believe they said 3 years, something like that. I'm really hoping it's a team-friendly deal. Just the fact alone that both sides are working on an extension kind of tells me that something good is going on. Something, you know, maybe they're saying like, hey, listen, if you take a team-friendly deal, we can sign a few more guys that can really help this team, some shooters, whatever the team actually needs, you know. So hopefully Vooch is taking sort of a team-friendly contract. And speaking of re-signing centers, there has been a report that Andre Drummond is likely to opt into his player option, which is great to me. I'm a huge fan of Andre Drummond. I think he's probably one of the better backup big man off the bench. And yeah, I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot of other options out there, and you might as well just re-sign him. I know he's opting into his player option, so it's not technically re-signing him. However, I don't mind it. You know, I say screw it. Just keep him. You know, it sort of seems like the Bulls are veering away from a rebuilding path, but sort of a transition into the next section of this video, maybe they might make some trades. So, with trade talk sort of heating up, I thought I'd look up some mock trades that people have been cooking up on the internet, and I'll just put them on the screen right here, as well as obviously talking about them. The first one being Demar DeRozan to the New York Knicks for Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose, a 2026 first round pick, and a top 4 protected 2028 first round pick. Not a huge fan of this one, just because, I mean, first of all, it's sort of irrelevant because Derrick Rose is a free agent. Second of all, like, they're on the right track, the fans are, or whoever made this, with the whole first round picks things, but, I mean, I feel like we could get better offers for DeMar. I don't really like this trade in particular. I mean, obviously, Evan Fournier, past his prime, we could always use him, but obviously he wouldn't be the focal point of this deal. It would be more so the picks. And let's just humor them and say that Derek is technically still on the Knicks roster, which I highly doubt he will be next year. But let's just say he is, and he's still tradable, unless there's a signed trade. I mean, I would be excited for a homecoming for Derrick Rose. I think if we need a point guard, I feel like he would be a solid option. Chris Paul has just been informed by the Phoenix Suns that he's going to be waived. So, I mean, that's kind of a weird situation. I don't know if I'd want him unless he wants to take a cheap deal, which I doubt it. I feel like in his case, he wants to go to a contender unless AK pulls off some sort of crazy move to convince Chris Paul. But at the same time, Chris Paul's like 38 years old or something like that. He's still a good point guard, one of the best of all time, but I don't think it's the right move. I don't know. I would really have to be convinced that this is the right time to sign this guy. I just don't see it doing much for us if we were to sign a Chris Paul. I don't know. It's so hard for me to say. The next trade that I found was involving none other than the Orlando Magic. And guess what? It would also involve 3 players from the Orlando Magic and the 11th pick that technically is our pick. So the trade would be Zach LaVine for Gary Harris, Jonathan Isaac, and Jalen Suggs, and then, like I mentioned, the 11th pick. I feel like this would be one of those offers that they would take if they are just fully set on rebuilding and pissing off the entire fan base. The only thing that I really like out of this deal would be Gary Harris, even though his scoring numbers are down. I believe he's been injured a lot. So, I mean, there's another injury-prone or injury risk type of player. Jonathan Isaac hasn't played basketball since the 40s. And Jalen Suggs is just Jalen Suggs. And then there's the 11th pick, which I feel like is the most intriguing aspect of this trade. But other than that, I mean, I feel like there'd be a lot more interesting offers, or a lot better offers out there than this trade in particular. I know it's a mock trade, so I'm sort of reading into it too much, but that's what these videos are about. So, whatever. It's my video. Deal with it. But I would want to stay as far away from Jonathan Isaac as possible and Jalen Suggs. I mean, I get it. A big part of it is to get rid of Zach LaVine's contract. But I also think that first you should look towards trading DeMar DeRozan before you trade Zach LaVine. I really think that you can, if you get a good point guard that can really run an offense, I'm not saying a superstar, I'm not saying a all-star or anything like that. I'm talking about a guy who can run an offense. Look for Zach when he's open. Have Zach cut. Really just play the role that Lonzo Ball was playing, at least half of it. You know, I would much rather see the Bulls trade DeMar DeRozan for a couple role players, maybe a pick or two, depending on the players that they trade for, you know, and see what they can do with a solid point guard, and then a few shooters around Zach LaVine. That way he's not the primary ball handler, and we got a guy who can step in for Zoe and facilitate, run an offense, like I said. And Lord forbid he could shoot, right? A point guard that could shoot. I would love to see Coby White take that sort of next step in terms of being a starting point guard. I believe in him because he's shown some progress in terms of ball handling, decision making, and, you know, he's still excuse me. He's still a good shooter. So, and I mean, his defense has gotten a lot better. He had a lot of games where he showed a ton of promise on the defensive end, showed a ton of hustle, and it was just beautiful to watch. So I really hope we end up keeping Coby White, because I believe he's also a free agent coming up. So I don't know. I think they will. I don't think they're going to get rid of him. I know before the season started, and even early on in the season, I was thinking, man, maybe we should get rid of Coby White. Maybe we should look to trade him. But I'm glad they didn't. And yeah, I mean, really, that's all I have for you guys today. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share the video. It would really mean a whole lot to me. I'm still trying to reach my goal of 200 subscribers. I'm at about 180 as of this recording. It's probably not going to go up at the time of the upload. But again, it would mean a ton if you guys would share it and tell your friends. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys next time.